This is the story of a girl named Tessa, who is a professional killer. Tessa used to work for a gang that used to kill people. And now, the company for which that gang works, they use an advanced and strange method to kill people. This gang, before targeting any person, chooses a special person who is around their target and can easily reach the target and get their work done. The target. And then they can control the mind of the chosen one. And the arrow goes inside his mind. And that arrow is of someone else, but inside his mind is the arrow. In this way, the arrow kills the target very easily. But it is easy to enter someone's mind, but it is difficult to come out of the mind. So the arrow goes in someone's mind and in the end forces him to kill himself. And then as soon as he kills himself, the arrow goes inside his mind. The film starts with a girl named Holly, who is controlled by Tessa and gets something in her mind. After doing this, Holly activates a device with which her emotions start changing rapidly. Sometimes she starts laughing, sometimes she starts crying, sometimes she makes a sad face, sometimes a happy one. Holly leaves her house and goes to a big party, and she stabs a man in the neck. Then she attacks him with a knife many times until he doesn't go completely mad, and she makes him feel bad. There was blood everywhere. When Holly realized that the man is dead, then she puts the gun in her mouth and tries to kill him, but she can't. It seemed like the gun was not working. Then the police comes there, and they surrounded Holly from all sides. Police asks her to put her gun down, but Holly refuses and tries to shoot her. Police shoots her, and this is how Holly dies. After that, a lab scene is shown where Tessa was in Holly's mind through a device. The thing that was making him weak. That is why he is changing mentally. But the company keeps a close eye on this thing. So we see Tessa's handler here, who works as her caretaker. Tessa keeps an eye on every activity. Now this caretaker used to be a murderer, used to work for the company. But now she is retired. Now the caretaker, to keep the balance of Tessa's mind, treats her mind, shows her a lot of things related to her life, so that Tessa's memory gets ready again. And when Tessa sees those things, she suddenly remembers everything, which makes it clear that her memory is still absolutely fine. Tessa picks up a box, which had a butterfly packed in it. Caretaker asks Tessa if she knows anything about this butterfly. Tessa says that yes, when I was a kid, I killed this butterfly. But later I felt very sorry for it, so I packed it and kept it with me. After that, caretaker tells Tessa that we have got our next job and this mission is very big. We have never got such a big job before. Obviously, the mission is big, so its price will also be very high. That's why we are going to get a lot of money. She is stubborn and goes to meet her family. Tessa had a husband and a son. She starts practicing before going inside her house, so that she can decide how she will talk to her husband and how she will talk to her son. It was exactly the same as she does before, entering someone else's mind. Tessa practices this so that she can think about how to talk to whom. Now we can guess how much Tessa has lost in her work. All these things have had such a deep impact on her mind. So Tessa goes inside the house. She started living with her husband and child. But here Tessa's work was not leaving her behind, because she saw the opposite things, like blood, stains everywhere, and where brutally mercilessly she is killing people. Actually, Tessa is also very brutal, so she was seeing her own reflection in her thoughts. In the same way, Tessa goes back to the company after spending some time with her family, where the caretaker tells her the whole Story about the mission. She says that in this mission we have to kill a very rich man. Now the rich man's stepson wants to kill her son so that all the property would be hers. But the real plan of the caretaker was even more dangerous. She says, first we will kill the rich man, then we will blackmail his stepson, so that after his death, half of the wealth is given to his stepson and half to us. After that she tells the plan of killing the rich man. She says, to kill the rich man, we will have to enter the body of his son's fiancée, whose name is Colleen. Now all the people were ready to do this work, so Tessa also started her work. She starts collecting all the information about Colin, so that when he goes into his body, no one feels that Colin has changed. And Tessa can also do her work easily. Now, after a few days, Tessa researches it and tells the caretaker that I am fully ready to enter his mind. Then the company people catch Colin and put a chip in his mind, so that Tessa can control his mind and get into it. To Colin, Tessa is a very good friend of his. Colin, Tessa is a very good friend of his. Colin, Tessa is a very good friend of his. Colin, Tessa comes to her home, to her fiancé, that is, to the daughter of a rich man. Now she had noticed that Colin's behavior is changing. He is in some confusion. That's why the daughter of a rich man tries to talk to him so that she can know what the problem is with Colin. But she was unaware that there was something else going on inside Colin. Tessa is entering his mind and controlling him. Now such a time passes and then the day comes when he says to kill the rich man. Now Tessa starts her work. Tessa brings change in Colin's emotions with the help of a machine. As we saw in the beginning of the story with Holly, Colin reaches a party where the rich man was present. And many more people had come here. Tessa sees this and understands that this is the right time. She can tell everyone why Colin killed the rich man. That cunning seer makes the rich man and Colin fight.